And another thing! What are you doing in Kuri? You were supposed to be a Ronin in the flower capital!
Are they allies? Is everything all right?
Not even close!
Forgive me.
Alright, let's get this out of the way. Spoiler warning, if you're not caught up to the Wano arc in One Piece, this is your chance to pause the video, go binge watch some episodes, or read the manga and come back later. But for the rest of us, let's settle in for a heated debate. Trafalgar Law versus Roronoa Zoro. This is a fight my closest friends and I argue about constantly. Law is my favorite character because, let's be real, he's the coolest dude in the series, and my friends are hardcore Zoro stans. One of them, Jeffrey, swears Zoro is untouchable. And if you're watching this, Jeff, you're wrong. Probably. But in all seriousness, what happens when these two titans clash? That's what we're here to find out. I'll break it down across categories like attack power, durability, Haki, and more, and by the end of this, we're gonna determine a winner objectively. That's totally fair, with absolutely no bias. Okay, maybe a little bias, but I promise it'll all make sense in the end. Before we start throwing punches, let's establish some ground rules. We're going to evaluate Law and Zoro across 6 key categories: attack power, durability, speed and mobility, Haki proficiency, devil fruit abilities and hacks, battle IQ and tactics, and no, we're not including a who has cooler tattoos category because Law wins that by default. Let's start with attack power. Both of these guys hit like freight trains, but their styles are very different. Zoro is a walking apocalypse. He's all about raw strength and overwhelming force. Need proof? How about the fact that he scarred Kaido, a feat so insane it basically made everyone in Wano collectively go, wait, what? His Conqueror's Haki infused strikes are so powerful, they're almost unfair. Meanwhile, Law is more surgical in his approach. His Ope-Ope no Mi lets him deal internal damage that ignores external durability. Techniques like Gamma Knife and Puncture Willy aren't just flashy, they're deadly. Remember, this guy fought Big Mom and made her look very concerned for the first time in years. As much as I love Law, I have to admit, Zoro's raw attack power is on another level, but Law's ability to bypass defenses gives him a sneaky edge here. So, it's a tie. Don't yell at me in the comments. Next up, durability, or as I like to call it, who's more likely to shrug off getting hit by a literal thunderbolt. Zoro's durability is legendary. He tanked all of Luffy's pain at Thriller Bark and walked away. He took a combined Conqueror Haki's attack from Kaido and Big Mom and said, yeah, that hurt, but I'm still standing. Zoro might be actually indestructible. Like, I'm pretty sure if you dropped him into Attack on Titan, he'd just start cutting Titans in half and call it Arm Day, or something like that. But with Law, on the other hand, he's tough but in a different way. He relies more on avoiding damage with his spatial manipulation, but when he does get hit, he's proven he could take some serious punishment, like during his fight with Doflamingo and later with Big Mom. For this one, Zoro wins without a doubt. The man's practically a walking tank. Speed and mobility is where Law shines. With his Rune ability, Law can teleport himself and others instantly, making him almost impossible to pin down. Imagine trying to play tag with someone who can teleport. That's Law. Zoro isn't slow by any means, but let's face it, he's more of a run straight at you with a sword and hope for the best kind of guy. Subtlety isn't exactly his strong suit. Although, I wouldn't put it past him to accidentally teleport through sheer willpower someday. But Law takes this one, teleportation beats fast footwork every time. Now, let's talk Haki, the ultimate flex in One Piece. Zoro's mastery of Conqueror's Haki puts him in the top tier of fighters. The fact that he can coat his swords with it is terrifying. It's basically the equivalent of leveling up to Super Saiyan. Law's Haki is solid, but it's clear he relies more on his devil fruit abilities. He has observation and armament, but his lack of Conqueror's Haki puts him at a disadvantage against someone like Zoro. So Zoro wins this one, hands down.
Causing trouble already? He just...
Devil fruit abilities and hacks. Here's where Law fights back. His Ope-Ope no Mi is one of the most broken devil fruits in the series. Spatial manipulation, internal damage, teleportation, it's like a cheat code for life. Zoro doesn't have a devil fruit, which is honestly a flex in itself. He's so strong he doesn't need one. But when you're up against someone who can literally rearrange your organs, pause, that's a tough hill to climb. Law takes this one because, let's be real, his hacks are next level. Battle IQ and tactics. Finally, let's talk about brains. Law is a master tactician. He's like the chess grandmaster of One Piece, always thinking 3 steps ahead. Zoro's battle IQ is more instinctual. He doesn't overthink things, he just reacts, and somehow it works. It's like he's playing 4D chess without knowing the rules.
Yourself! For a walk. That okay?
Of course not!
You're gonna get yourself lost, moron! This is an archipelago! We won't be able to find you!
Screw you! I'm not gonna get lost! Only an idiot would get turned around in a place like this! All of these trees have numbers on them, okay? That way it doesn't matter how bad your sense of direction is!
Whoa! Nice job! You actually put some thought into this!
Yeah, good call.
All right then, have fun! Ask for directions if you get confused! Don't trust your instincts!
Screw these guys. I'll be alright. I just have to remember the number on this tree. And that number is 1. What do they think I can't count? I have to be brain dead to get lost in a place like this. Not taking any more crap from them.
Law wins here. Sorry Zoro, but brains beat bronze in this category. So, after all that analysis, who wins the fight? Let's break it down. Zoro edges out Law in attack power and durability with his monstrous strength and sheer toughness. Law dominates speed and mobility and devil fruit abilities with his spatial manipulation and broken hacks. Zoro's mastery of Haki gives him another point, while Law's battle IQ and strategic genius keeps the match close. When all is said and done, it's a neck and neck fight, but if I'm being honest, I think Law wins this one. Extreme, down to the wire, both fighters on their last legs, level difficulty. And that's how I'd really like to end this video. A hard fought battle with Law barely pulling off the win? I mean, come on. He's the ultimate tactician with the most broken devil fruit in the series. It just makes sense, right? But then, Oda drops chapter 1081 of the manga, now episode 1112 of the anime, and flips everything I think about Law's role in the story on its head. This is your final warning. If you're not caught up to chapter 1081 or episode 1112, pause the video now and come back later. In chapter 1081 and episode 1112, Oda changes the game. We see Law facing Blackbeard in an intense battle and losing despite his incredible abilities in episode 1093. Kid suffers an even worse fate when Shanks one-shots him, proving just how wide the skill gap is between Yonko level characters and the next generation. These moments make one thing clear. Law and Kid are no longer positioned as Luffy's rivals. That role belongs to characters like Shanks, Blackbeard, and other top tier players who define the Yonko level. And that changes everything for this fight. If Law isn't meant to stand as Luffy's equal in the endgame, he becomes much more comparable to Zoro. This isn't just about abilities or strategy anymore, it's about where Oda positions these characters in the grand narrative of One Piece. And that's why Zoro wins. Extreme, down to the wire, both fighters on their last legs level of difficulty, but in the end, he's the last one standing. And you, Jeffrey, you know why. So there you have it, a fight that starts with Law taking the lead but ultimately ends with Zoro standing victorious. Thematically, narratively, and power-wise, this fight shows us a lot about where these characters stand in the One Piece world. But what do you think? Did I get it right, or are you still backing Team Law? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more One Piece content. Thanks for watching, and Jeffrey, I hope you're smiling right now, because you're still wrong. Probably.